Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. It is Friday morning. I almost did this video inside, but I said, man, with all you guys so cold wherever you are, I got to do it outside in this nice warm sunshine. And it's a little bit before the angry sunshine comes out. It's about 9:15 in the morning, so even though it's really bright, it hasn't gotten just scalding hot yet. The talk today is about raw vegan taste change and decreased cravings. I got thinking about this over the last couple of days because for some reason lately, even though I'm the old caveman that just throws my food together, people have been asking me food questions, how to make this, how to do this, how to make this taste better. And I got into a couple of conversations that just made me think because I'm trying to explain it to people that don't necessarily do this lifestyle but that are interested in being healthy. And you know, even people that are doing this lifestyle, it's almost a feeling type thing until, I don't know, it's just like you can't convey it to another person, I guess, until they feel it. And maybe people won't actually believe it until they feel it. I think a lot of people, you know, that they look at our lifestyle or even the newbies that come to this lifestyle, sometimes they do it almost reluctantly and they think, okay, well, I'm giving up all this food. I'm giving up all these tastes that I've become accustomed to. I'm giving up having fun. I'm giving up enjoying when I eat. When it couldn't be further from the truth. It's just a matter of perception. And it's the same thing for the cravings. For the people that are, you know, new to this lifestyle or the people that are still experiencing cravings, I can tell you probably why you're experiencing. Well, if you're new to the lifestyle, it's totally normal to experience these cravings. If you've been into this lifestyle for, say, a year or 2 years and you still experience the cravings, well, there's probably a reason for that. You may not want to know the reason for that. You may not want to face the reason for that, but there probably is a reason for that because to be straight up, in my opinion, the cravings can be completely eliminated. And if they're not being eliminated, there's a reason why. And well, this one's there's a couple of different aspects to this one. I'll try not to ramble as much as possible. I'm not really good at organizing my thoughts. I just jump back and forth from what I'm thinking at the time. Anyhow, buddy of mine, we were talking yesterday, and he's asking me, you know, some tips. He told me he just bought a Vitamix. They're making more healthy food. They're not raw and they're not vegan. But he had told me he had an interest in going about, even though he wasn't necessarily going to go vegan, he had an interest in going about 70% raw because he sees the value in the you know, the raw living foods. Now he already makes you know, a lot of smoothies and this and that. But you know, he mentioned something to me, and then I saw somebody mention this in a video. He said, well, you know, I enjoy eating, and we enjoy going out. So we're just, you know, we're not going to. He kind of didn't say it, but he kind of said, well, we're not going all the way because but he made a conscious decision. And I'm not going to argue with that because when anybody's asking me questions and they're moving towards better health, I'm not going to overpower them. I'm not going to try to beat them down and bring them all the way into the plan because I think a lot of times people come at their own pace. And even people that think, you know, yeah, I have no interest in going all the way with this or becoming vegan or becoming raw vegan or whatever, that once they get a little bit of curiosity, a thirst, and they start going down the path and they get a little cleaner, a little deeper into it, that they can quite possibly be, their own bodies will lead them to this, which is, where am I going with this? Another friend asked me yesterday about some recipes for smoothies and how to make one taste good, how to make it sweeter. Well, I got thinking about this for a little while and I'm like, God, what kind of information can I give her? Because my palate, my mouth has changed so much. If you think that this lifestyle is about just learning how to eat boring stuff, fruits and vegetables, that's it for the rest of your life, and that you're just kind of enjoying your food, like if everybody else is enjoying their food out here, you're going to be down here. So a lot of people, I think, believe that they are sacrificing the enjoyment of food, the flavor of food for this healthy lifestyle, when it couldn't be anything further from the truth. Without mixing this into too much philosophy and Eastern religion and stuff, look up a term in Eastern religion called Maya. It's a veil. Well, kind of like our bodies have had a veil all these years. We've been told, our body's been tricked, our body's been told that we like these ding-dongs, that we like this ice cream, that we like these fried chicken wings, that we like these potato chips, when actually it's ingredients. That same buddy was telling me something very interesting yesterday, and the evil geniuses out there that are really doing it the best, they said the perfect craving is 50% fat, 50% sugar. And he did a donut survey with me. He said basically that's why glazed donuts are the most popular donuts, because they're that perfect mix of fat and sugar. And those are the things that the body cries out for. Those are the things that the tongue likes. But those are the things that the body cries out for and the tongue likes because we have perverted the way that we're supposed to be eating. It's the same way. Okay, if you want to say, well, that maybe, but that's a bit extreme. It's the same way with cigarettes. It's the same way with alcohol. It's the same way with cocaine. Do you think, does your body need cocaine? Somebody look at the camera and tell me, or make a comment below and try to explain to me that our body needs cocaine. Okay, yet if you do enough cocaine over and over and over and over, your body will trick you. Your body will come to tell you that it has to have cocaine to function. And if you don't get that cocaine, your body, yes, will make you sick, which is the same thing the food will do. If you've been eating this garbage food for all these years, you're taking in all this toxin, your body adjusts to toxins little by little by little. If you know, there have been cases of people poisoning other people with arsenic, strychnine or something, just by building up little by little by little by little by little, because the body learns how to tolerate those smaller doses without turning them into lethal doses, but you're still accumulating all those toxins over a period of time. So, where am I going with this? With the taste bud changes and with the cravings. Now, everybody out there wants to be gentle with themselves, and you know, even a year down the road, you're doing this, but you're still slipping and you're eating this. Well, that's your downfall right there. And I'm not judging you for slipping. I'm not judging you for falling and eating those things every once in a while. But I think I've mentioned this before. Every time you do that, it's like picking up that cigarette again. All that craving that you've gotten out of your body, all that addiction you fought, all that hold that that substance has over your body, once you take that first draw of nicotine, those defenses go down and your body just starts wanting it more and more. It's the same with these cravings. Look, I don't know what your process is. The more I learn about this stuff, actually the more confused I get, and maybe we really are very individual, and we can't even compare one person to the next. But if you're going to have to probably go through some pain. I mean, I know people like to talk about doing this, and it's not about willpower, and it's not about, you know, restricting, and it's not. But at some point, yes, you're going to have to say no to yourself. It's just like, you know, with the children, you know, you can't do that. I've seen these ridiculous approaches. Well, I don't ever say no to my children. Well, that's ridiculous. I'll show you a kid that'll be in juvie in 12, 13 years. And it's the same way for your body. You can be gentle with your body like a child, but you have to firmly say no at times. Because once you start saying no, and you say no over and over and over, the more this child hears you say no, the less they're going to ask, because they just know, you know, depending on what age they are, but now we're talking about the child that is inside your body. But the less you feed these cravings, the less strength they're going to have. They're going to weaken. They're going to weaken. And you're not going to have to deal with this forever. Listen, if you can just suck it up and do whatever you got to do. It's almost like, you know, I don't have money. I always thought, like, if I had a drug problem or if I hadn't been able to kick the booze on myself, somebody was just going to have to lock me in a room with some good healthy food and water and just lock me in there and just let me, almost like in a padded room, and just let me detox. Because that's what you've got to do. That's what you've got to do with this food, because you're not going to get to where people like me are talking about. You're not going to understand exactly what I'm talking about until you feel it. There's certain things that we can only kind of get a glimpse of on an intellectual basis by that kind of understanding, and there's certain things that just have to be felt before you can actually understand it, believe it, and have that aha moment. because, you know, going back to the conversations I've had with these couple of people asking me for smoothie recipes and just asking me, you know, talking food in general, you know, it just blows my mind, the simplicity of things that I enjoy now. You know, like years ago, I mean, celery was just something you threw in there. You put it in a Bloody Mary. You had it with your chicken wings to scoop up that last little bit of blue cheese dressing. But it would have never been thought of as like, wow, you could just sit here and snack on celery, and it really tastes good. It really tastes salty. The same with almost everything else I eat. I mean, anytime I just put a piece of carrot in my mouth, lettuce, kale, spinach, I can love just to sit and munch on arugula, just as it is. And these are all things, so if like 3 or 4 years ago, you know, you would try to introduce these to me, and that's why I don't talk about those things very much. It sounds so out there when you don't have those taste buds cleansed yet, or your body isn't cleansed and you're not done with these cravings. You'll think, oh, that's crazy, and this guy's ridiculous, and that's not even a realistic lifestyle. But I'll tell you, and then I won't ramble a lot today. This is the last day of the week, and it's getting pretty hot out here. I'm just trying to send you guys, you see me, I've already broken a sweat. I'm just sending y'all some heat, taking care of my peeps here. But yeah, it just, you know, it's a matter, you're going to have to get through that detox and just trust in the process. Just do it. Anybody can do anything for 3 months. You know, even if you go back to eating the most atrocious food in the world, see how clean you can get, and see if you can get that feeling that I'm talking about, because until you get that feeling, you're not having a fair assessment of this lifestyle. If you're just dabbling, you're putting one toe in the water and then pulling it back out, or you jump in and swim for a little while and then you get out and do whatever, you're only going to get the negative aspects of this lifestyle, because you're going to constantly be detoxing yourself. You're going to eat this garbage, or you're going to live this way, and then you're going to all of a sudden come back and you want to do the right thing. But every time you fall, you have to pay that price. Now, once again, I'm not by any means discouraging anybody. Get up as many times as you have to. Don't give up. But always, every time you fall, you've got to assess why you fell, and you've got to make a plan so that you won't fall again. You can't just willy-nilly like be picked up and just like go on along with your way without even thinking about it. One last little thing I was looking at last night, and this could even fit into that, as we clean our body out. I was watching Dr. Robert Kassar. Now, I don't follow him a lot. He's got a lot more, you know, there's a lot more pills, and although they're good products, I see him using more products. He uses, you know, I do use spirulina. He uses the spirulina chlorella, but he doesn't seem to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, which that's okay. I will not argue with the guy. He looks phenomenal. He's in phenomenal health. Just saying, my way is not necessarily his. But he was talking about how a lot of the cravings we want and a lot of the taste we have aren't even conscious of us. It's things in our body. It's bacteria, it's microbes, it's parasites, it's worms inside our body that's calling out for this food. And if you don't believe that, think about sometimes when you get that one comfort food, that food you've been craving, and you just wolf it down. You're not even, the only real enjoyment of this whole thing mainly is in the mouth. And that's what he was talking about. It's in the mouth. And if you're cutting that out, then you're not getting a lot of enjoyment out of that food that's bad for you. So it's just going straight to feed those bad things that are swimming around in your body. Anyhow, to finish this one up, the takeaway on this is just trust the process. That's why I said if you could just do 3 months as tight as you can be, clean, don't fall off any wagons, don't go off the rails, don't eat anything bad for that 3 months. Whether you're doing raw vegan or cooked raw till 4, you can do the same thing and you can get very clean just as long as that cooked food that you're having in the evening is clean. It's not high fat. You've got a nice mix in there. And if you will do this long enough, I'm telling you, you will come out on the other side. You will come out on the other side. And this is from somebody that just several months before coming to this lifestyle would go and buy 8, 10, 12 pieces of fried chicken at a time and eat it over the course of an afternoon. Drinking beer, eating chicken wings. I ate ungodly things and I was able to do it. You have to make that plan. I cannot stress that enough, especially if you're dealing with cravings or if you don't like the taste of a lot of these things you're trying to eat on a plant-based diet. You know, make your plan. Okay, now yes, I'm saying go totally clean, but if you're not there, don't try to get there too quick. Go through those steps, but always be moving forward. Getting a little cleaner each day, a little cleaner each day, a little cleaner each day, until you can do that cleanest version for amount of time. When you do that cleanest version for an amount of time, it's going to clean a lot of the garbage out of your body, consequently getting rid of a lot of the parasites and all those worms and bacteria and stuff in there anyway. Now the deep detox and stuff, that's a little over my head, and that's a different story. I haven't really delved too much into that yet, but let's just talk about the basics to begin with. If you will do these things, you will stop having as many cravings. This simple food will taste better to you. And once you can get to that phase where the cravings are gone, it's easy peasy. I hate that little saying, but it's easy peasy. Because now there's no willpower, there's no trying to do it for me. Sometimes days aren't optimal just because I'm in a hurry and I haven't planned as well and I didn't buy this or that. So they're not as optimal, but there's never, I can't even remember going off the rail. You know, like there will be a night or two, like there was a night last week where I was running late from yoga, coming home, wanted dinner, and like I've told you, I'll stop by my little sushi restaurant and I get the cucumber salad. Now the cucumber salad has rice vinegar. That's not optimal. I don't like to eat that. I don't eat it very much. But you see what I'm saying? That's about going off the rails for me. Anyhow, trust in the process. I said that last video. That might just become my new tagline. Trust in the process. But, you know, you can get there. And once you get there, you're going to enjoy this lifestyle a lot more, and you're not going to be in anguish so much because you're not going to be fighting these cravings and continuously being tempted to fall off the wagon. Anyhow, great to finish off the week with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe. Share this one. This one might be beneficial to some newbies or some people that don't follow our lifestyle. And hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'm about to sit out here and get some sun in a little while if I can. I mean, it's just blazing hot. I hope just in some way you guys can kind of enjoy the sun a little bit. It's not like it's definitely, you know, you never know about sharing on social media and stuff. Some people are like, you're rubbing it in. Never, 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 never in a million years do I show outside when it's cold to rub it in. I show outside when it's cold where you are to try to share a little bit of this warmth with you. Love each and every one of you, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Peace.